Um, oh my god. I have like 3 minutes, 8 minutes before showing. I feel like I'm getting exposed. Okay, my other side of the bed. Here my gadgets and devices. Anyway, morning, everyone. It's almost 4 o'clock, which is when I should get up. So I could say, like, content creation is like killing the youth, because I don't want to. Oh my god, I give up this thing. I say because it seems a little bit lonely. Anyway, good morning. I've missed you guys. I have been away for such a long time, so we're vlogging. I'm gonna vlog. I have like 8 more minutes. But because content creation is killing the youth, I'm spending my precious moments getting trained now because I've been away. Oh, I am Kabelo Hloko and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's about 4 and I should get up. It's Sunday. I have a lot to do, but Eriki, let me kinepe for like 5 minutes, I'm sure, at this point, and then we're gonna do this properly. I'll see you just now.
Hi guys, welcome back. I always say this. I've been away, but this time I had legitimate reasons. I've been going through it. Phone broke twice. My old phone broke. I got a new phone. That one got locked because somebody nationalized Peppa Pig, and it was a whole thing. But we're back. Hopefully a little more consistently. Yeah, I committed to showing up, and I will. So, but when I was away, I started reflecting a lot on my journey, YouTube, because I think, last month marked a year since I've been on here, since I've been building this community, since I've been in your spaces and you've become part of my family. And earlier this year, I started sharing with you guys how it was becoming somewhat tricky and a little bit challenging to continue to show up consistently in the video I did about what I wish I'd known before I started YouTube. And it's become even more challenging now since I shared the news with you guys, my admissions and the possibility that I might be going to school in January. And the reason this time I was like, do I need to continue? Does YouTube, my channel, at least still serve anybody really? Because I realized we've pivoted or are working towards becoming a different channel, really, like more vlogs, more conversations that have nothing to do with women's health. And the reason I was okay doing that in the beginning is because I believe women's health like in a silo. I believe it encompasses a lot that is not just about vaginas and thrush and STIs and panties, lady tampon. I think it should be holistic. So I didn't want to be that person who just came on here and I was spewing like science information. I wanted to open up a little bit of myself, a little bit of my life, so that we get to sit down like this and talk about mental health. We talk about financial health. Not really, not me, but yeah, I feel like I wanted the conversations to be more wholesome. So I was I was okay gravitating towards that. But now thinking about it, and a part of me has been feeling like maybe that was that. Maybe it served its purpose and therefore I should be okay moving on. But in the same breath, I feel like I don't want to be the girl who comes on here every other week to say, nah, YouTube, nah, because I sincerely, I love the community we've built. I love the work I do here. I love how I've been showing up recently. Like, I love all of it, but I don't want to, like, I want to obey. When God tells me it's time to move on, I want to be able to hear him, like recognize that this has served its purpose and I therefore need to move on. So I've been grappling with some of that. I also think the women I set out to advocate for and support and educate through Wellwise, it's everybody really. But I feel like you guys, the people who have subscribed, the people who are on here, the people who form part of this community, my family, my friends, and the 3 strangers who love me, are people who are privy to the information anyway. I feel like you can get information now on Instagram anyway. But the women in the rural areas, Bohai, Subutabute, for example, I was there a while ago, and there was this thing that a girl who had a child out of wedlock. She was still in her teens, and now she was using contraceptives. Ibe Diafungwana, I think, her guardian, and it became a thing, like a thing. I think I don't remember who had said what to who and who had done what to who, and I realized that there's so much work we need to do. There's information ingada that people don't have, and there's people who need support, and there's people who have the right information to share it, so that these kind of things don't happen to any more girls, to any woman really. Like, we don't need people policing our bodies, we don't need people making choices for us, and I feel like the way we get to that point is if everybody's engaged in these sort of conversations. And so I feel like, while I appreciate the platform and the support you guys continue to show me, like lately, I don't know, but you guys, and I love you right back. But there's those girls, they are bullied and abused, and I feel like that's what I've been called to do. Those are the people I've been called to serve. So I really need to pivot my career and serve them. So that's why I feel like maybe I've done what I need to do via YouTube. Maybe it's opened the doors. It has. I work with the people I do now because of this. I've met incredible people and the opportunities, but I want to be present, and if it's time to let it go, I want to be able to let it go. So that's where I'm at. But I promise I'll continue. For as long as I'm here, I'll do it the right way. I'll continue to show up. And then what happened, also, I felt ill again. My iron deficiency did a thing on me. So I brought this, I don't know if it's a plug, but I'm taking, these are pregnancy vitamins. I've had supplements before, obviously I've talked about that. Oh my god, I've done a lot of videos. I'll link that one up here too, where I speak about my iron deficiency. I'm taking these supplements. Okay, these, I don't know, I guess try it, but it's minerals, it's calciums, it's omega-3s, and the reason is because I need all of these. And the reason sometimes things are falling apart, or I'm falling apart, is because iron supplements, I'm neglecting my omega-3s or my vitamin B's and whatever. So I just need everything that has everything, so that I don't miss anything. And I feel like this tech a cheat. We'll see how that goes. So okay, we're gonna vlog. Today's Sunday, which means church, Hanajalika 280, family time. My nephew's birthday is today. I don't know if I'll take you guys with, because Betrina Lumpoka. What else? Okay, let's just wing it. Now I never know how these things are gonna play out. Let's just, spend the day with me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe and like, share with your friends and family, and all of those other nice things that sometimes I forget, like I'm not a real YouTuber.
Am I the only one airing hardly extra early? Like, you get up super early and then you're late for everything else. I was behind time because church starts at 8. I left home at 5 to 8, which meant I was late already. Breakfast starts at 10. I am only getting here now 20 to 11. So I wasn't able to record. I was saying today is your content creation. Now, oh my god, today is because I was done early.
church, and then my dad and my sister were not here yet, so I decided I had time. Oh my god, I decided I'm gonna need to fix this. I decided I had time, so I shopping, because a girl can never have enough shoes. And I didn't buy anything because I didn't want it to be impulse shopping, but I'm gonna go back and hopefully I'll take you with. Yeah, let me fix myself and then go in.
Hi, sweetie.
Why late? Why late?
Hi, sweetie.
Hey baby, why late? Nsa lipstick ka mo ntse ke re ke tletse o sene se bile ke etso.
Because best phone.
Why? Ke malabula buang hana o ke eng matla sihlasi yanga ibile tlo nketsa outfit reveal le tlisa mento ke itlotse e tlo etsa le nna o bone e batla foundation nyana ha o so e beile fela e bo
Masambe nono.
nteto kae o ke ane ha re tsamaye. So my dress, oh my face, but leave for the face, yes, on my serving face, or am I serving face? And then my shoes, I actually meant to. Why are you sabotaging me?
pen.
So coaty, it was a trench coaty because the dress is when I twirl, it does a thing, and if you know anything about me, is that you know I appreciate a dress with an open back, but then
Okay,
my favorite thing after an open back, so there's that. And then obviously oh Hannah, come with me. Work appropriate shoes, they're comfortable because it's going to be summer. I'm not putting on boots anymore, and I know, why do I need shoes? A girl can never have enough shoes. That's comfortable so that I can walk, because I walk a lot. I'm just, and finally also there's no music because copyright what, so we're gonna sing 1 2 1 2 Hana ke sonta ho binwang Dipachi Safelo Dipachi when have been oh try say you know appear yourself we must sing I know na link I think but Hannah, what else are we supposed to do? My battery is at 35%, so I doubt I'm gonna show you guys anything else, if at all. I didn't go shopping, which means 7 colors is not doable. What else? Oh yeah, I did say I want you guys to spend a little more time with me in the afternoon. Since in the afternoon, I wanted to speak about. Yo, why are you? Are you sabotaging me on purpose? I wanted to speak about vulnerability. I wrote a blog post last year when I was on top of things. I was vlogging. So I just got home. I feel like I need to wash my face. What else happened? A lot happened. I had to go pick up laundry from laundromat in Moikhatsuang, and that's why the shoe thing didn't happen according to plan, because one, but luckily I was able to get it, but I'm home now. I think vlogs are really difficult because a lot of the things that happen at least in my everyday life, none of it's really Instagrammable or YouTube YouTubeable. Yes, let's make up our own words. YouTubeable. I wanted to read something here, yeah, that speaks about vulnerability because it's something I wrote or I had written a while ago when I was still blogging. Before I was doing YouTube, I was writing blog posts for Impact Conversations, and the reason that was so relevant to me, at least I came across it yesterday, because I remember in the morning I told you guys that I was ill and whatever, and as you guys will know or will remember, some of the symptoms I have, iron deficiency, mimic the symptoms of depression and or anxiety. So it's always been a little bit difficult for me to decipher hogging, am I just needing to take supplements, or do I need to take some time out and take care of myself internally, like do the work, get back to a posture of prayer and a heart posture of like truly seeking God, because I've found that kind of helps me and heals me emotionally. So I went through a thing. Now, did I go through a thing? No, I had a moment, but luckily for me, I was able to recognize that I am having a moment. And the thing though that was a little bit difficult is a lot of things became clearer as a result. Like, let me just read to you guys and then I'll tell you guys what I want to tell you. Will I link it in the description? Will I though? I want to say that because I know that's the appropriate thing to say and do, but will I though? Okay, so I'm just gonna skip to the part that I want to read. Standing in your truth may feel incredibly raw to some people, possibly cringeworthy, almost like it should be a journal entry, or perhaps even the things someone should only ever admit to their therapist. It is, however, equally liberating, and it is sometimes insanely courageous. So try it. Maybe to you, vulnerability looks like walking into your boss's office and demanding that she let you make your case for that pay raise. Perhaps you decide you need to open up to a friend about the thoughts that haunt you at 3 a.m. and leave you feeling like the only way to release all that pain is to cut your wrists. It could also be as simple as deciding it's time you finally asked that boy out for coffee, or if we're taking it extremely slow, tell him you like his smile. Today, showing up as my truest, highest self required that I overshare with strangers on the internet in the name of unlearning the negative connotations around vulnerability. And then open quotes, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Close quote, Renee Brown. Guys, I'm sitting here editing, and you know how we've collectively as a society agreed that the best part of the day is when you get home and you take off your bra. Well, that's what had happened in this next part. So don't let the the bra strap distract you. I was freeing myself. When I say I live a life of favor, I live a life of miracles. I kept saying I want to speak about vulnerability. And earlier, the reason we actually lost the afternoon is because phone and I was charging. So I decided I was going to do something else. And I ended up having a conversation with somebody unrelated, but it ended up touching Hanyan for all of 2 seconds about vulnerability. And then I had a moment where I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need to think about things in a new way. And I kept saying, I need to speak about vulnerability. Turns out God was making me cognizant and making sure I'd be present to receive something when somebody was speaking to me about vulnerability. If I was not constantly thinking about vulnerability since yesterday, I would have missed it because we were having a conversation about a lot of other things, but God has gone and answered some of my questions. Anyway, we're wrapping up the video. I don't want to do this thing where I plan an entire day with you guys and then somewhere it gets lost and then I come on here and babble just to wrap up. But before I move on to closing, ke tlo etsa di-plan with you guys as an accountability exercise, because I'm needing to do season ya change, so there's a lot that I have to reassess and do differently, because Maria, I hibernate like I'm an animal, so I'm not very productive in winter or in cold seasons. So now it's spring, so I need to make plans, but I want to bring you guys on board so that you keep me accountable on Instagram, because I'll show you guys how we're gonna do it. But before we do that, I wanted to say that 2 weeks ago I had a moment, and I sincerely thought I was preparing for September to be such a difficult month and such an awful month, and turns out it would be the month that God would bring me healing. I needed for my friend to piece me back together, because I had a moment where I think God brought me healing in a very confusing way, because something happened. I had an encounter where it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. And when I finally sat with myself, I realized that this is not in my control. This is going differently from how I would do it myself. And therefore I started panicking. And in my panic, it brought me anxiety now in hindsight. And I started maybe falling apart. No, I had a moment. You see me, if I were falling apart, I would not be here. But I had a moment, and all of it, the reason for this season of my life and why I needed to have this encounter that I've had, is I realized that God needed to bring me healing, and it would have never come if because it required such vulnerability, so much nakedness, so much honesty, and so much openness and truthfulness, and to just be. One of the things my friends said to me when I finally realized that, you know what, this experience has brought me healing, and I was celebrating, and I told her that, no, I feel like this needed to happen, and I'm finally in a place where I'm ready for new experiences, for new encounters, for new relationships, to believe again, to hope again, to give myself freely, more completely. In that moment, I was feeling like I am finally ready, but not only am I ready to receive it, I'm also worthy of it. And she said to me that I've always been worthy, and that I was saying I'm ready. Like, the way I was thinking about it is, I'm ready because I've done the work. I'm ready because I've healed. I'm ready because I've confronted my traumas, some of which I didn't even know existed. But it all came out and I dealt with it. I'm dealing with it. And then that's when she told me what she told me. But she also said, God will bring you people who will stand in the gap for you. God will give you people who will hold your hand and walk you home. God will bring into your life people who are ready to receive your openness, to receive your brokenness, if we're calling it that, to catch you when you fall. People who will see your vulnerability, but it won't make them think any less of you. And they'll decide you're good enough and you're perfect and you're worth, I don't want to quote Fitz and Olivia, but you're worth fighting for. You're worth a chance. You are worthy. I wanted to say that. You are worthy. Meditate on that, or find quotes on Quora and whatever that will help you remember you are worthy. Let it be a mantra. In your journey, you have struggles, anxiety, depression, you failed in university, like, people acquiesce and they say, let me wait until I have achieved this, or let me wait until I'm over this, or let me wait until this doesn't haunt me. Your people are people that will see you for all of your greatness, and they'll give you grace for that part of your journey. But don't let all of those things that you may be going through serve as hindrances to you living your life in the fullness of what God intends to manifest through your life. So anyway, we are making plans, because showing up as our truest, highest self and living out the dream, the creator, dreamed when he dreamed up the parts that made me. Number one, gym. I need to go back to the gym. Although I do gym for my mental health because it some normalcy and a routine and whatever. I don't like, I suspect I will always have abs. I suspect because I've always had a six-pack, I will always have it. I'm joking. And then I need to get back to reading. There's books behind me. I would show you, but I don't want to mess with it. So actually the book that I was supposed to have started on Thursday, What Happened to You, it's somewhere there in that pile also, because I said trauma and I didn't jump on it when everybody was reading it and saying it's helpful and whatever, because I was like, those people who are snobs sometimes, literature, I'm struggling with that spirit also sometimes, like Atomic Habits, that's what everybody's reading. No, not for me, thanks. I'm working on it. Jesus will do a good work in me in that regard. But yeah, I didn't jump on it because I felt like, okay, so everybody's reading What Happened to You, until recently when God like opened me all the way up and I had to figure out what is going on. So I figured maybe let me read it, plus Oprah thing, so anything she touches I believe in. And then I want to go back to cooking, like cooking. Like I've become that person who just cooks for people must be fed spaghetti means, I'm not even saying spaghetti bolognese, I get macaroni means meat. I love cooking, and I think I need to get back to doing it with my heart and doing it the proper way. Going back to cooking would, by and large, signify the joy that has been restored in my life. I also want to go on solo dates, because I think last year I was complaining that I don't spend enough time with my friends, which I still don't, honestly, by the way. But now I've gotten to a point where I no longer spend any time with myself. Like any little time I have, I spare it for my people. So now I'm needing to pause and be present so that I give from a place of love and strain in trying to keep up with the promise I've made to myself in how I want to show up for them, or with keeping up with the promises I've made to them. So I don't like dining alone though. I don't like driving alone. The only time I enjoy by myself, which makes people worry, because like, don't you want to go out and get the sun? But that's solitude. I prefer company and music. Dijon, I prefer company and conversation. Like I like spending time with people, but I realize that I really truly need to spend some of my time so that I have more time to spend with God even. I don't know, there's also the issue of opening myself up, but I'm already doing the bulk of the work here, like being open and honest like this. Yeah, I think my people will find me. I don't know. There's how I'm opening myself up if I'm opening myself up on my birthday. Did that not bring me healing? Yeah, so but I'm happy. I'm finally at a place where I finally reconciled that experience and I'm balanced. God, I think my relationship with God has improved so much because I think of him as my father and my dad, the love, the support. And I think if my dad as a human being loved me that much, imagine God. And the work that was done on Calvary is a testament to his love for me. But I feel like my life is not my own. Like God keeps doing his thing and I'm just surrendering to the will of God and the hand of God in my life to say, okay, God, bypass the desires of my heart and do what's best for me. Not my will, but yours. And it's a beautiful heart posture because God keeps coming through. God keeps showing up. God keeps doing exceedingly abundantly above all. We're cruising nicely this side. I'm such a happy little girl. Like I'm so happy and I'm so fulfilled. And I know I'm walking in God's purpose for my life. I know it's such a beautiful feeling to la hopola, like the quote is more the cliche is more it's amazing how God will change your life in a year. La hopola last year November Nilina who was saying, oh, I don't know, my career, my job, my feelings, my mental health. Look at me now. God truly restores, and I feel like I've said this before, but restoration truly is found in yielding to God. We're done with the vlog. We're done. Good night.